Good morning, brothers and sisters, and a happy Thursday to everybody. Had myself a wicked night's sleep last night. I recommend 7 to 8 hours for everybody because sleep is the best performance enhancer that you can get. A good sleep beats anything. You wake up, you feel fresh. Do your prayers, do your meditation. You just want to grab a hold of the day and say, come at me. Now, on come at me, I'd just like to say, before today's little demonstration, I'd just like to say that anybody who feels the need to take a pop at me or wants to be negative, let's say, towards another person, please redirect that negativity at me. Me. Oh yes, because I can take anything, what anybody feels the need necessary to throw at me. Doesn't matter what that is. Doesn't matter the content of those insults or of that negativity. Doesn't matter. I can take any amount of abuse off anybody. Especially on YouTube, where the world is not what it seems. And it's not real life, is it? So I urge anybody who wants to be a troll, trolls, urge anybody who wants to be negative or wants to pass judgment on me or anybody else for that matter, redirect it here. Because you're looking at a man who is wearing the full armour of God and nothing can penetrate me as far as negativity, insults, slander, whatever, trolls. Nothing can penetrate the full armour of God. So come at me with it. Come at me. Come by. Right. Today's little demonstration. It's going to be a small one. Couple of angle changes. Going to be changing angle on attack. Yeah? Something I used to do brilliantly as an amateur. Something that amateur coaches love to see. Something that amateur judges love to see even better. Amateur judges love to see young amateurs changing the angle of attack. It looks flash. You can make your opponent look stupid. And in quite a close fight, if you've got a couple of angle changes in there, you'll get the decision, especially on an amateur show or an amateur card. Now, this is going to be the last little demo for a couple of days because I'm wrapping it up for a few days. I'm going to have a nice weekend off with my lass. And I'm going to take my mind off YouTube and I'm not going to concentrate on anything other than me. Because I've got a life. Oh yes, I've got a life. And it involves beautiful children, a beautiful girlfriend. And the whole beautiful world is there for me. It's there for me, it's there for you, it's there for everybody. So don't get your head too wrapped up in your phone. Don't, be embroiled in people's calling me names. Get on with it. Now, today's little demo is changing the angle of attack. Now, there's a couple of variations. There is some variations what I've seen which I don't like. These are my two best favourite variations of changing the angle. Your opponent is there, clearly. Now, my favourite one is just nudging over to the side, spreading the guard a little bit to the left of your opponent. Doesn't matter what stance they're in, the changing the angle is still the same. Sometimes you've just got to be careful on what side your foot's on when you're with a southpaw. Always trying better to get the southpaw going round the way, away from the backhand, if you can, putting that aside. We're changing the angle of attack today. Now you spread the guard, nudge your front leg just past their front leg and turn the angle there, changing the angle of attack. Yeah, you can go deep if you want, but make sure you've got your hands up when you're going deep and you're not just doing that. Yeah, hands up, good base, spread the leg past and you can go deeper. You can do a Lomachenko and step past them, then change the angle to a 90 degrees, 180 sometimes. You see him stepping right through them and then changing the angle right round. Lomachenko has probably got the best footwork that I've ever seen when it comes to changing the angle of attack. Now the other one, a lot of people say you can just step over to the right without moving this leg. I say you can't. I say the only way you can step over like that without moving that front leg is if your opponent's coming forward. If your opponent's coming forward and he's coming towards you, you might not feel the need to move that leg. If he's rushing in, you can just step to the side, change the angle, and you've got a second or two to get your punches off before he has to readjust his feet. So when I'm stepping over to this side, what I like to do is get my hands up and just nudge over a little bit. If I'm doing it without punching, I'll get my hands up. I'll nudge over a little bit, then I'll change angle. It gives you more acute angle, it's better, it's safer, you come over better. Because you'll find sometimes if you don't move this leg and you just step over like this, your opponent's still stood there, you're just making yourself more squared on. Doesn't work, no good. So when you're moving over to the right, either step in with a jab. Now when you're stepping in with your jab, don't just step in normally as you would, yeah, bang. Because you'll find when you change square, you're still going to be squared on. So when you step in with your jab, just adjust the angle of your leg a little bit and step in slightly to there, yeah? So it's like bang, you get a much better angle to change it, and then you've got the perfect angle and your opponent's still off balance, or he's got to adjust his stance a little bit to square up. This is giving you time to get punches off. So once more we're going to run through. This way, step in to the left of your opponent and pivot round. You want to be changing the angle by 45 degrees, 90 degrees at most. You're not going to be learning to be Lomachenko overnight. So it's step in, bang, yeah? Changing the angle. The other way, you can either step in with a jab, yeah, and change angle there, or you can just sit down on the back leg a little bit, just creep the leg over, and then bang. All needs timing, all needs practice. This is why you should be having light sparring as well. Light sparring, just tippy-tapping, gives you the chance to turn your brain on, because you know you're not under proper fire, and you can put these things into proper practice, yeah? Proper preparation and planning prevents piss-poor performance, yeah? All the P's, remember that. Get into your light sparring, and when you're just tip-tapping with your man, you're just tip-tapping, you can use these things, you can turn your brain on and think, right, I'm going to choose this, right, I'm going to choose this, yeah? Thank you for listening, everybody. Have a fantastic Thursday. God bless everybody. My man. Mwah.